What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today, on episode 2 of how to convert a deep freezer into an ice bath, we're going to talk about all the components it takes to make it happen. See you inside. What's up, gang? Ryan Blakely here at District Coaching Concepts, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, we are actually going to talk about, like you saw in the intro, the actual components that I've put together for this ice bath. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that you guys like, subscribe, please share this video, our page. We really want to try to grow this YouTube channel as we start to provide more content for you guys. So the more interaction you can give us on this page, the more content we can provide for you guys, and then obviously we can all grow together. So again, please like, subscribe, share, all that awesome jazz. And now let's get into the actual ice bath. So as you guys can see here, the ice bath has finally been filled with water. Not only that, but you can see I have a couple components that are in here right now that we're gonna kind of go over. So in order to keep this ice bath running and clean and smooth and everything else that you need for the week, what I do is I have a couple components in here that I'll talk to you about here in a second, and this just kind of allows me to keep this ice bath up and running without having to change the water out every few days. So the first thing I have back here on the wall that we'll pan in here in a second is the Cgfi. And that Cgfi plug obviously prevents the tripping and all that for the electrical sockets. However, I do unplug this before I get in, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But I always do run that plug, which is also run down here to a power strip. And on that power strip, I have a few accessories plugged in that we're gonna actually kind of dive into in detail. So the first one that I have is gonna be a 40-gallon fish filter or fish tank filter. This was from PetSmart. This is from a company called Topfin. I use either Topfin or Marine Life. The Marine Life one I had after about 2 weeks kind of faded on me. So I just replaced it with this Topfin one. It's pretty much, it's doing well so far. So I always recommend putting that into your ice bath because that will actually help filter the water. And then what is synergistic with the filter is I have an Ivation ozone generator. Now what this ozone generator does is it takes O2 to O3. So what that actually allows this to do is it actually cleans and purifies the water. So as that cleans and purifies the water, and then obviously you have the fish tank filter in there, the water's also being filtrated. So at that point we're keeping the ice bath nice and clean. It's able to run smooth. I could get in, someone else could come and get in, don't have to change the water out so often. So these are really, really beneficial components for this ice bath. Not only that, but you'll see that this cord right here that I have is a thermometer. So on that thermometer, it's actually hooked up to a digital thermometer gauge. And what that does is that allows me to either heat or cool the ice bath, which is pretty freaking awesome. This is from a company called Inkbird, and I got that on Amazon. Again, I'll put all the links to everything down below. But this thing is money because it hooks up to your Wi-Fi and your phone, and you can set it for whatever temperature you want. So for me, I've set this ice bath to 40 degrees. I went ahead, connected the Inkbird to the Wi-Fi. I have an app on the phone. You can adjust it as you need. And what that allows to do is there's a heat and cool socket on the Inkbird, and you can plug it into obviously whichever one coordinates with what you're trying to do. For me, I plugged it into the cool section because we're using the ice bath. And what that allows me to do is if the water or the temperature of the ice bath either rises or falls, the inkjet will kick in, turn on the deep freezer, and actually regulate the water to make the water to that 40-degree mark. So those are really all the components that I have in here. Nothing really, really crazy, but they are all very vital to this process. Because again, I'm not trying to get in here every week and empty all this water out and then put it all back in. I'm just not about that life. I don't have time to do that shit. So this just allows me to keep this ice bath running and being, super clean throughout the week. So that's the ice bath right there. And there's really no point in having an ice bath if you're not gonna get in. So let's go ahead and get in. All right, guys, so there's no point in having an ice bath if you're not gonna get in. So we're gonna go ahead and get in this thing. But first off, I just wanna let you guys know that we have unplugged this thing, because obviously you wanna unplug the ice bath before you get in. So, now that we're in, all right, guys, so I'm gonna sit here and recover. You guys can finish watching the video. Any comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to drop them below. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.